All right, good evening. This is part two of our balancing chemical equations. These problems are found on your worksheet that I gave you for homework. We are going to be using the step method once again. This is where you start from the beginning letter and then you go on to the next letter and to the next letter until it's all balanced, and then once you think it's balanced you start over just to make sure. That's the second step. So here's the first equation that we're going to work on today. It starts off with S, and S stands for sulfur. You're probably aware of that. There's 8 sulfur right here on the reactant side. So we go to the product side. On the product side we only have 1 sulfur. Since there's only 1 sulfur, we've got to balance those out. So we've got 8 right here, we've got 1 right here. What can we multiply 1 by to get 8? We multiply it by 8. So I'm going to put an 8 right here. And whenever I put that 8 right there, it multiplies both the sulfur and the O, or the oxygen, on the other side. So it's going to multiply both of those. So I have 8 sulfur right here, and now I have 8 sulfur right here because it multiplies that sulfur. So then I go to my next letter. So after S is the O. O stands for oxygen. We have 2 oxygen on this side, on my reactant side. Now I go to my product side. On my product side, I have 8 times 3. Take that 8, multiply it by the 3. I have a total of 24 oxygen. So here's 2 oxygen, here's 24 oxygen. What can I multiply 2 by to get 24? 12. So then I put the 12 right here. Alright, so now we have 24 oxygen and 24 oxygen. Now once again, we could say that we're done, that it's all balanced, but we're going to be safe and double check our answer. This is step 2, right? So we have 8 sulfur. We go to the product side, we have 8 sulfur. Back to the reactant side, we have 24 oxygen. On my product side, I also have 24 oxygen. Therefore, that one is balanced. Let's do another example. This one's a little bit harder. So on this example, we have Na. Na, you're probably aware, stands for sodium. So I have 1 sodium on my reactant side. Now I go to my product side and I see how many sodium over here. Here's our sodium right there. We have 1 sodium also on our product side. So 1 and 1, they're balanced. Let's go to the next letter. H, hydrogen. We have 2 hydrogen on the reactant side. So we go to our product side. On our product side, we have 1 hydrogen right here, 2 hydrogen right here. So the 1 plus the 2, that gives me a total of 3. Well, I've got to balance this 2 with those 3. Now the best way to do this is already even number, and this is an even number. This is my odd number. So I'm going to I'm going to take a wild guess. I'm going to work with this one first, and I'm going to make this an even number. We've got 1. To make it even, I'm just going to multiply it by 2 to give it an even number. So I multiply it by 2. Now that 2 is going to multiply both the sodium, the oxygen, and the hydrogen. So each of those are going to end up increasing. But here we have 2 hydrogen now, and we've also got 2 hydrogen here for a total of 4 hydrogen on my product side. We've only got 2 hydrogen on my reactant side. So what can I multiply those 2 hydrogen by to get the 4? 2. So I multiply this side by 2. Now I have 4 hydrogen. On my reactant side I have 2 plus 2. Gives me 4 hydrogen on my product side. So then I go on to oxygen. My oxygen, this 2, remember, it multiplies both letters. So now I have 2 oxygen on my reactant side. Over here, I take this 2 and I multiply it by this single oxygen molecule. So I have 2 oxygen on this side. So here's 2 oxygen, and here's 2 oxygen. Those are balanced. So once again, we could say, okay, we're done, we balanced everything, but we're going to go to step 2, and that is to start from the beginning and double check. So we look at our sodium. We have 1 sodium right here. We go to our product side. Well, our product side, we now have 2 sodium, because that 2 that we put in front of there multiplied this one. So now we have 2 sodium. So what can we do with this 1 sodium? What can we multiply that 1 sodium by to get 2 sodium? 2. So here we have 2 sodium. Here we have 2 sodium. Sodiums are balanced. Let's go to hydrogen. Our hydrogen, we have 4 hydrogen here. And we got, on our product side, 2 plus 2 hydrogen gives us another 4 hydrogen. So then we go to the oxygen. We have 2 oxygen right here. And we've got 2 oxygen on our product side. Therefore, everything is balanced. That's it.